Hey everybody, this is Stephanie Stroud, founder of Vet Chick Fitness. I just wanted to come and pop on live and tell you about one of the foods that I started eating a couple years ago when I started my health transformation or my health journey to really lose some weight and just to help me get over my depression. And I wanted to share that with you today. So this great little food that, if you read the title, you know, it has some protective benefits against cancer, against some heart disease, against diabetes, depression, and really just any inflammation in general. And this wonderful little superfood is flax seeds. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or ever seen it. Probably. It's pretty common in most stores and stuff. But it's just these little seeds that have some protective benefits. I know some people might be like, oh my gosh, seeds, that's my husband. He makes fun of me all the time and he says seeds are for birds. But these really do have some protective benefits. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So the first thing I want to tell you about them is basically the ingredients. So why are all these health benefits basically available? And it's because of three of the ingredient, not really ingredients because the flax seeds are ideal, but basically what does it have in them? What's the substance in them that helps with that? So the big thing is that they have omega-3 fatty acids. So a lot of times we hear about that in fish, which those definitely carry it, but there's a high quantity in omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are really important for both heart disease, for heart health, as well as for brain function. And so the reason, that's one of the huge reasons why it helps combat in cardiovascular disease, is just because it promotes heart health. The reason it helps with depression is because it helps your brain function correctly. When you have poor brain health, then you're more likely to have mood swings and you're more likely to get depressed. And so basically those omega-3 fatty acids are really fortifying that. It also helps to regulate blood pressure and to stabilize the heart rate. And so again, just some major benefits there because of the omega-3 fatty acids. Oh yeah, and they also they help lower your LDL, which is basically what we call our bad cholesterol. And if you know anything about that, cholesterol can be related to heart disease as well. And so there's just a ton of benefits of omega-3 fatty acids, which a lot are found in the flax seeds. Another substance they have in them is what we call lignans. And basically what those help is they have antioxidant qualities. So antioxidants help basically with free radicals. Anytime there's any type of inflammation in the tissue, inflammatory cascade and reaction happens, which results in these free radicals, which can then cause more tissue damage and more inflammation. So it's this really vicious cycle of things that just continues on and on and on. So these lignans have these antioxidant qualities which help fight those free radicals and clear them from your system, and so that you stop this vicious cycle and you can help decrease inflammation. The last thing they have in it is it has a lot of fiber in it. And there's different types of fiber. There's both soluble and insoluble. Obviously, you want ones that your body can take up, and so it has both forms, which is great. So again, it protects against cancer. One of the big reasons it does that is because of the antioxidants effect that we talked about. So anytime there's free radicals that can damage tissue, anytime there's damaged tissue, that can promote cancer growth. It's just one of the mechanisms that cancer can form by. We already kind of talked about the cardiovascular disease with the omega-3 fatty acids, how those are heart healthy and heart protective. The reason it helps with diabetes, or at least helps stabilize it a little bit, is because of the lignans. So not only do they have antioxidant qualities, but they also they help stabilize the blood sugar, so that you're not getting these huge spikes and crashes in your blood sugar. It's kind of like if you think about your car. So when you're driving at a steady level, a steady speed. It really doesn't change the gas mileage a whole lot. But when you have these huge spikes and huge so if you floor the car and then you suddenly brake and then you floor it and then suddenly brake, your gas mileage is going to be kind of crappy and it's going to wear down on your car faster. The same is true for our blood sugar. So when they spike up and it goes down and spikes up again, it makes us feel like crap, and it also is really hard on our body. So the lignans really help to stabilize your blood sugar. And then again, they really just help by decreasing inflammation. Both the lignans and omega-3 fatty acids are really important in that. Not only in humans, but I mean in dogs too. So as a veterinarian, I really use a lot of omega-3 fatty acids with my osteoarthritis patients, or my patients that have a lot of skin disease, or have heart disease. So anytime there's a lot of inflammation, these omega-3 fatty acids and the lignans are going to be hugely beneficial. And so the fact that flaxseed has all those is just amazing for these things. So you've probably seen on the market that there's different kinds of flaxseed. There's gold and there's brown, there's ground and there's milled, and there's flaxseed oil. So what is the best out there? Okay, so brown and golden, there's really no difference there. So both of them have the same benefits. Excuse me. So you can go with whatever you want. The brown is usually more available. You can usually find it in market stores better than you can the gold flaxseed. What about whole flax seeds, which is what I have here, or ground? So it's recommended that ground flaxseed is actually a little bit better for you because your body can absorb it better. So when you have whole flaxseed like this, since it's a whole seed, there's that protective covering of the seed that has the nutrients in it. And so your body has to break down that protective seed, and your gut doesn't always do that very well. So sometimes when you eat the whole seeds, what happens is your body, it basically just excretes it, and it doesn't get any of those nutrients. And so what they recommend is actually for you to buy whole seeds because it stores the nutrients better long term. And then when you're getting ready to use them, grind them up yourself. A lot of coffee grinders, you can do that with flax seeds. Use the coffee grinder and the flax seeds, and that really helps to release those nutrients so that they're ready to go and help you to get better. Actual flax seeds and ground flax seed is always better than the flaxseed oil. So the flaxseed oil just doesn't have as many nutritional benefits. But it's great for cooking. It's not the same as the actual food. So you may see milled flaxseed or flaxseed meal. That's the same as ground flaxseed. There's no difference. They're all the same. Like I said, you can find it in most stores. If you don't want to go to the store, you can always order it off the internet. You can find it almost anywhere. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is really important for me because I'm married to a husband that doesn't like to eat healthy and really is like, don't feed me seeds, don't feed me stuff that is green, just don't do it. And so how do you implement this stuff when you maybe have kids, or you maybe have a husband that's just, I'm not going to eat healthy, I'm just going to eat meat and potatoes, because that's totally my husband, and it's been a learning experience learning how to eat healthy with him. So there's a couple ways you can implement and use flax seeds. Okay, so you can add it to common foods you eat. So oatmeal, smoothies, soup, yogurt. I like to add it to my Shakeology a lot in the mornings, or I like to add it to peanut butter. And actually when I eat apples or peaches with peanut butter, then I add the flaxseed in there, and it's just part of it. I don't really taste the difference. Another way to do it is to hide it in dark, moist dishes. And so the reason I say dark is because flaxseed is brown. And so if it's hidden in there, you're not going to see it, like the color's not going to change. And then you really don't even notice it. So it's just implemented in there, and you can't taste it. And I've done that for the one upstairs, and he's never noticed it. The other really great place to use it is when you're baking. So you can replace, a quarter to half a cup of flour with ground flaxseed meal. If the recipe calls for more than 2 cups of flour. And so that's a really another great way to implement it into your diet, is just to add it to anything that you bake that requires flour. So not only do you kind of cut down the flour, but you're getting the healthy benefits of flaxseed. I like to throw it in my brownies a lot. So again, my husband's very anti-green, and so I actually made a brownie recipe where I threw in some flaxseed and I threw in some avocado. So, and he liked them. He's like, oh, it tastes kind of like dark chocolate. So I was super excited about that. I was like, win! I didn't tell him that there's avocado in it because then he'd be like, oh, these are gross. But he totally loved them, and it was awesome. So anyway, that's a side note. There's just tons of ways to implement this. And again, like I said, it has those, has protective benefits against cancer because of the antioxidants, helps with cardiovascular disease because of the omega-3 fatty acids, diabetes, it helps stabilize the blood sugar, and then anytime you have inflammation, and as well as it helps the brain health, so it helps fight depression. So I think that's really all that I have to tell you guys. I just wanted to share some of that with you. If you have questions or know of some other great benefits, comment below so I can learn about them. I love learning and I love sharing information with you guys. So have a great rest of the evening. So chat with you later. Bye. Hi, Amelia. Bye.